for takeoff runway 36 Tango Charlie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll lift off here in just a few moments. The flight simulator is currently set to real time, so you'll see what it is at. You'll see what it looks like right now. Obviously, you won't see the smoke, but this will give you kind of an idea of where things are. Bear with me as I do not know a lot about this area, but I am going to try and pull up the government areas and stuff like that and show you those. Give us just a few moments and we'll be ready to go. I'm just looking for the different landmarks. This is the airport. This is where most of the battles are taking place, where you saw a lot of that smoke and stuff on our live feed. The RSF, the paramilitary forces who are fighting the Sudan government, let me make sure I get this information correct, claim that they now have full control of this airport. And you can get an idea of the size of it here when we lift off in just a moment. I'm pulling up some of those landmarks. All right, again, I'm not very familiar with this area, so I will show you what I can, but at least you can get a better idea of what the layout of the city is, etc. And this is set in real time, so you're going to see. So the RSF is claiming that they now have full control of this airport that you're looking at right here. You can kind of see the size of the airport and the size of the city. Again, this is going to just be a quick tour. We're not going to... Probably easier if I just do this. So to the south here, just about... Let's see here. And again, just a reminder, I am not 100% familiar with this area, so not like I am Ukraine and other areas. This is the university area that we're coming up on here. So this is the university area. All right, let me pull up another landmark here. I have to flip windows to do it. I'm also checking to see if our feeds are coming back. So, I don't like helicopters. That's why I'm using this drop ship. We're going to head back towards the airport. Because I went over something and I forgot to tell you guys what it was. So just south, you can see the airport up ahead. This is known as Freedom Square. This green patch you see here. I'm trying to find the presidential palace. Because that's another place where battles are taking place. Okay, this area right here is the Ministry of... They call it the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. Which is this complex... You can't see my mouse cursor. Or maybe you can. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. But here to the left is the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. I'm still looking for the presidential palace. Okay, another area of note. We're going to head up this way. Would y'all rather see it in the daytime? I can flip it off real time. We're going to go all the way to the end of the airport here. And this is where a lot of the fighting is taking place, is here at the airport. Give me a moment. I have to actually find locations on the Google map and then locate them on the flight sim map. Can you guys see my mouse cursor if I'm pointing? Okay, then that doesn't help. All right, let me make sure we're at the right spot here. So here, what you are looking at here is there's a mosque to the right, and then there's the Sudanese Air Force headquarters, the General Command of the Sudanese Armed Forces, and then the Navy. I'm seeing a lot of embassies. There's also another university just across the road you're looking at right now, and there is the Sudanese Ministry of Health, the Medical Council, the Turkish Embassy, and a place called Real Burgers and Pizza. A lot of embassies. I can flip it to daylight. There you go. All right, I have found the presidential palace. And we will head there next. That is another area that the RSF is saying that they are controlling or attempting to control. And it's not too far from here, so we don't need to come out of hover mode. Keep in mind, some cities, Flight Simulator draws the actual buildings and stuff. And some they just make buildings in the same shape as the buildings. So, it, while it might not look 100% realistic, you'll get a general idea. So the square building here is the president. 1 second. Charlie, stop barking. That dog can be outside too. Sorry. Um, this square building here that you're looking at is the presidential palace. It's known as the New Republican Palace. This building here, let me swing around here so you can see what I'm pointing to. This building is the old Republican Palace. All right, here to the left, this big building is the Ministry of Finance. So as you can see, the fighting is pretty widespread. I'll go up a little bit so you can see how far it is from the airport and spin the camera around.
Tango Charlie leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Khartoum Tower, Delta 77, Tango.
So you can see we're just above the
Tango Charlie is type 2 miles.
presidential palace area and stuff where they're fighting, and then you can see the airport just over there.
To transition.
That'll give you an idea of kind of how big the battlefield, if you want to call it, is.
Squawk 0426.
Squawk 0426, Tango Charlie.
Tango Charlie radar contact 2 miles northwest of Hotel Sierra Sierra Kilo 4,100 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Tango Charlie.
I've said this a million times. We bring live feeds that we get. We don't have any live feeds right now. So we'll head back over to the airport and put down. Anything I'm missing? Anything that... There's a lot of ministry buildings. But I mean, in the U.S. and Washington, D.C., the entire, what we call the mall, is would be equivalent to ministry buildings. It would be cabinet level buildings. So, for you sloth people, before we touch down, so if you were coming to the airport here, this is where you would give your keys to Kenny. This is where you'd give your keys to Kenny G, and he'd park your car for you. All right, and this is the other end of the airport. And again, this is the area the RSF claims that they have control of. All right, like I said, this was going to be a quick tour. It's not like Ukraine where we show you an entire country. Um, One of these days we'll do a world tour where I'll just show you guys everything. But that's it for this stream. Thank you guys. If we get a live feed from Sudan again, we will bring it to you as soon as we get it. Thank you guys.